one attacks you. It arches its tail all the way over its body. Then it rapidly thrusts its stinger into your skin. This stinger injects venom that causes pain and swelling. Now, the sting from this scorpion won't cause any serious side effects, but if you happen to be stung by an Indian red scorpion, their venom can cause life-threatening symptoms or worse. When an ant stings you, it releases these alarm pheromones from its abdomen. These pheromones are a signal to the other ants that it's time to attack, at which point they all start biting and stinging you simultaneously. And this is the reason you typically get more than one bite at a time. This collective response is vital for their survival, and it gives them the best chance.
뛰다 보니까 이 새끼더라고.
형, 이 새끼 쉽게 안 죽는다니까. 이 새끼 아까 봤잖아. 세미가 이러는데 갑자기 안 낼 것처럼 가위를 샥 내는 거야. 내가 그 순간 와! 뭐 이런 새끼가 다 있지? 어? 존나 소름 돋았어, 민수야.
Let's play one more game.